beautiful, children, just beautiful. Your caroling is going to add a great deal to our Christmas pageant.
Who else is in the pageant, Mrs. White?
Oh, a great many people. You see, different groups of children whose parents came here from other countries are going to show us some of the ways Christmas is celebrated in other lands and where some of our Christmas customs and traditions come from.
Like where the idea of the Christmas tree comes from?
That's right.
And the star on top. That's the Star of Bethlehem, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It stands for the star that guided the wise men to the stable where Jesus was born.
Who invented the Christmas tree?
Well, why don't you all sit down and rest for a while, and I'll tell you all about it. The Christmas tree has a long, long history. And there's an old, old story that on the night of Jesus' birth, all the evergreen trees burst forth into radiant blossoms. That was their way of singing glory to the newborn king. And they say that that was the only time the evergreen trees ever had blossoms. The first Christmas trees we know about were in Germany. And in Germany, Christmas is called Weihnachten.
Weihnachten?
That's right. And a little later, we'll see a German Christmas tree in our pageant. But right now, let's pretend this is a magic ball. And if we stare at it very hard, we will see a group of German children playing one of their favorite games until... Yes, here's the Christmas tree, and everyone will help decorate it. Trees were first decorated with apples, and paper flowers, and gilded nuts. But now the German people use all sorts of gay ornaments, just as we do. And cookies made of sugar and spice, cut in every manner of shape and design. At Christmas time, German houses are sweet with the smell of wonderful Christmas cakes with wonderful names. Springerlein, Lebkuchen, Pfeffernüsse. Round the Christmas tree, German families often sing an old song called O Tannenbaum. We know it with these words. O Christmas tree, how lovely are thy branches. The Star of Bethlehem also crowns the Christmas tree of Sweden, called the Julgran. In our pageant, a family of Swedish origin will show us how the Christmas season in Sweden begins on December 13th, on Luciadagen, which means St. Lucia's Day. St. Lucia wears a crown of evergreen branches and candles, which are symbols of Christmas the world around. The evergreen stands for the everlasting gift of life brought by Christ, and the candle stands for our faith in him. Since ancient times, long before Christ was born, there have been feasts and celebrations at this time of year called Yuletide, which means turning time, the time when the days start growing longer. From such ancient tradition comes the celebration in honor of St. Lucia, who symbolizes the light of the Christmas season with its renewal of faith, hope, and love. Now the Christmas tree has come to the United States, along with the custom of giving gifts, gifts that tell people we love them. And the children, if they're good boys and girls, and they are all sure they're good, hang up their stockings from the mantle, or somewhere else if they have no mantle. And when the children are in bed,
Santa Claus!
Santa Claus has a long history too. A man named St. Nicholas actually lived 1,600 years ago. He was a bishop of the Christian church in Asia Minor, and he was very generous, giving gifts and money to people in need. Many people believed that he dropped purses of money down the chimney, so they hung up stockings to catch them. Saint Nicholas became the patron saint of children. The Dutch people pronounced his name Saint Nicolaas, and this was the name they brought with them when they settled in New York. And here, the name became Santa Claus. Santa Claus is part of the fun of Christmas, for Christmas is a happy time of the year.
Yes.
And we express our happiness in many ways. We decorate our homes to say Merry Christmas to everyone passing by. Our stores are decorated with the familiar Christmas scenes so that even in the hustle and bustle of our Christmas shopping, we can remember the real joy of that first Christmas long ago. At school, we're busy making Christmas cards, continuing a custom that began 100 years ago when an artist in England decorated the holiday letters he was sending his friends. Christmas is a time for thinking of others. It brings us real happiness to share our food and toys with people less fortunate than we. At church school, we may decorate a mitten tree with mittens the girls and boys have brought to send to children in foreign lands. And there are many other ways, as churches and as families, that we share our Christmas joy with people all around the world. Just as people all over the world have shared their wonderful Christmas customs with us, for the celebration of Christmas is much the same everywhere, but of course there are differences. Did you know that in Mexico they don't have Christmas trees?
They don't.
They don't.
They have La Piñata. We'll see one in our pageant. La Piñata is a gaily decorated device that's made in all sorts of shapes. Can you guess what's hidden inside? A big pottery jar filled with candies and toys. On Christmas Eve, the children take turns trying to break it open. 3 tries, and Rosa didn't hit it. Maybe Manuel will be the one to break it. Ole, ole, hurrah! And how the children scramble for the toys that fall from the piñata. The piñata, which is the Christmas tree of Mexico.
I think that'd be fun, but I'd still rather have a Christmas tree and the manger scene with the baby Jesus.
Yes, that is an important part of our Christmas. Our Christmas tree comes to us from the north of Europe, and our Christmas crib from the south of Europe, particularly Italy, where it is called a presepio. Each member of the family helps build it and make the figures of the shepherds and wise men, the animals and Joseph and Mary, and the bambino, the baby Jesus. It was in Italy 750 years ago that St. Francis of Assisi made the first scene of the Nativity, and standing around it, his followers sang the first Christmas carols. Traditional Italian dances are performed by groups who go from house to house, singing and dancing and asking for food and money and candy, which they will distribute among children less fortunate. Yes, joy is everywhere at Christmas. And so our pageant is to show us some of the joyous customs and traditions which have come to us from other lands. But that's not all, for as Christianity has spread throughout the world, so has the celebration of Christmas. And so the last scene in our pageant will give us a picture of Christmas far away in China. In China, Christmas is called Shundanjia, which means the Holy Birth Festival. And this is how Chinese children present the story of the Holy Birth. Here are the shepherds who heard the good tidings of great joy about the birth of Christ and journeyed to Bethlehem to honor the babe wrapped in swaddling clothes lying in a manger. Here is the first of the three kings, the wise men who saw the star in the east and followed it, as the Bible tells us, till it came and stood over where the young child was. And when the wise men saw the young child with Mary, his mother, they fell down and worshipped him. And when they had opened their treasures, they presented unto him gifts, gold and frankincense and myrrh. As these children present the story of the Nativity, just as it is presented in our own country and throughout the world, we see in the celebration of Christmas that all people everywhere are children of God. Whether we carry a lantern or a candle as a symbol of our faith, we are joining with our brothers around the world when we rejoice in the miracle of Christmas.